Today, everyone loves tacos. Close-up of someone taking a satisfying bite, layered fillings visible. Group of diverse friends, smiling and laughing while eating tacos outdoors. You can find them almost anywhere in the world. You can find them in big cities. You can find them in small towns. People eat them for lunch and for dinner. Sometimes they even eat them for breakfast. Tacos are a food that makes people happy. You can see friends sharing a plate of tacos at a restaurant. You can see families making tacos together in their kitchens. The simple idea, putting delicious food inside a folded tortilla. That idea has become a global sensation, a go-to meal for millions every day. Tacos with beef, carne asada. Tacos with pork, al pastor. Chicken tacos, fish tacos, vegetable tacos. The choices are almost endless. Every person can make their taco just the way they want it. It's a very personal food, a small masterpiece you create for yourself. Tacos are not just food. They are a big part of culture. But have you ever stopped to think about where tacos came from? Long before the Spanish came to Mexico, the people who lived there were already eating something very much like tacos. We do not know for sure who made the very first taco. Historians think that the first tacos were invented in the Valley of Mexico. The indigenous people, like the Aztec, needed a way to carry their food with them. They worked in the fields. They went on long journeys. They needed a simple and easy way to eat their lunch while they were away from home. The tortilla was the key. It was not just a food. It was like a plate and a spoon all in one. The people of ancient Mexico would make flatbreads from corn. They would then fill these corn tortillas with small pieces of food, small fish, cooked insects, beans, chilies. They could easily wrap up their food in the tortilla and hold it in one hand. Corn was extremely important to the ancient people of Mexico. It was more than just a crop. It was a sacred plant. Making tortillas was a daily task, usually done by women. The fresh, warm tortillas were the base for their meals. This simple, practical idea was the beginning of the taco we know and love today. The heart of any taco is the tortilla, and its story begins with corn. The ancient people of Mexico developed a special process called nixtamalization. They would soak the dried corn kernels in water, wood ash, lime. This process did something magical. The kernels softened. It made the corn easier to grind into dough, masa. It also unlocked nutrients like niacin, making the corn much healthier. Women kneeling at a metate, grinding with a mano, close up. Grind, grind, until smooth masa. Making masa took strength and patience. Once the masa was ready, it was time to make tortillas. A woman takes a small ball of dough. She would pat it back and forth, turning it expertly until it became a thin, perfect circle. This skill was passed down from mother to daughter for many generations. Then, she would place the flat tortilla onto a hot clay comal over a fire. The tortilla would cook for a short time on each side, puffing up with steam. The smell of fresh, warm corn tortillas cooking was the smell of home. These early taco fillings were a direct reflection of the natural world they lived in, a true taste of ancient Mexico. In the 1500s, everything changed. The Spanish came to Mexico, led by Hernán Cortés. They brought many new things with them that Mexico had never seen before. New animals, new foods, new ways of cooking. This arrival, known as the Spanish Conquest, had a huge impact on the food of Mexico, including the taco. The Spanish saw the Aztec people eating their corn tortillas with various fillings. While they were suspicious of some local foods, they quickly began to adapt the idea of the taco to their own tastes, starting a fusion that would change the taco forever. One of the biggest changes was the introduction of new animals: pigs, cows, goats. Before the Spanish, there were no large domestic animals for meat in this part of the world. Suddenly, there was pork, beef, goat meat. They began to fill their tacos with fried pork, which they called carnitas. They grilled beef for carne asada. The Spanish also brought new ingredients like onions, garlic. The Spanish also introduced dairy, which meant cheese. This blend of cultures happened right inside the tortilla, creating the foundation for the modern taco we know today. The taco became a symbol of this new mixed or mestizo culture. After the Spanish conquest, the taco did not stay in one place. It began a long journey all across the country of Mexico. As people moved from one region to another, they took their love for tacos with them. But they did not always make tacos the same way. Each region of Mexico has its own special ingredients and its own unique environment. So people started to create their own local versions of the taco. They used the fish from their coasts, the livestock from their farms, the vegetables from their fields. In the north of Mexico, where cattle ranching is very common, beef tacos became king. This is the home of carne asada, where thin steaks are grilled over an open flame, chopped up and served in a warm tortilla. Because wheat grows well in the north, people there often use flour tortillas instead of corn tortillas. In coastal areas like Baja California, fish tacos became the specialty. They would take fresh fish, dip it in a light batter, fry it until it was golden and crispy, and then serve it in a tortilla with a creamy white sauce and shredded cabbage. In the central part of Mexico, especially in Mexico City, a new style appeared: tacos al pastor. They stacked the meat on the big spit with a pineapple on top. The taquero, or taco maker, would slice the sizzling meat right into a small tortilla and top it with a tiny piece of pineapple. The taco's journey did not stop at the Mexican border. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, many people from Mexico moved to the United States, especially to states like Texas, California. They started to open small restaurants and street carts, selling the food they loved from home. One of the first styles of taco to become popular in the United States was the crispy taco. This is not something you would typically find in Mexico. The hard, U-shaped taco shell was likely invented in the US to make tacos easier to mass produce and sell. Companies like Taco Bell made this style of taco famous all across the country, turning the taco into an American fast food staple. But as more immigrants arrived from different parts of Mexico, they brought their own regional taco styles with them. People in the US started to discover the amazing variety of authentic Mexican tacos. They learned about carnitas, al pastor, barbacoa. Food trucks and small family-owned taquerias became very popular, introducing people to the real taste of Mexico. Today, the taco is a global superstar. You can find tacos in London, Tokyo, Sydney, and almost every other major city in the world. Chefs are creating new and exciting versions of the taco every day. So why has the taco become one of the most beloved foods on the planet? The answer is simple. A taco is more than just food. Every bite gives you a little bit of everything, a perfect symphony of taste and texture. Tacos bring people together in a casual, happy way. That is why we all love tacos so much, and why they will continue to be enjoyed for many, many years to come.